watching KWQC TV, the news leader, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the Quad Cities, with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel, this is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, ways to save money on clothing. We'll learn the do's and don'ts in our financial moment with Heidi.
There are more ways to dye an egg than you may realize. Chef Steph will join us with a variety of options for you and the kids ahead of the Easter holiday.
And make those reservations now for Easter brunch. Johnny's Italian Steakhouse is here with details on that, along with a featured dish for QC Restaurant Week. Hello and welcome to Quad Cities Live. It is Thursday, April 10th. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm Kyle Keel, along with my co-host Morgan Otier.
Yes, we're glad to have you back.
Thank you.
Kyle's been off air a little bit, especially yesterday because he has no voice.
Yes,
he
for the most part back.
He feels great, but the voice is coming back. So bear with him and give him some grace as he joins us today.
Hopefully we last.
Yes.
So far so good.
Yes. Well, this year, the annual Women Fighting Hunger event, it surpassed its fundraising goal, collecting $108,000. Incredible to combat food insecurity in our area.
Yeah, that event was held exactly 2 weeks ago today with record attendance. Here to tell us more about it is Michelle Heberling from the Riverbed Food Bank. Michelle, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. Appreciate it.
Here.
I mean, $108,000. That is incredible and such a need here in the Quad Cities. So again, as we mentioned, it was 2 weeks ago. So tell us more about the event, how the evening went.
Yeah, so this was my first time attending Women Fighting Hunger. I think, Morgan, was it your first time
It was
as
my
well?
first time as well, yes.
So I was just kind of blown away by how many women came to support. As you mentioned, we had record attendance,
That's
over
great.
500.
Wow.
So I was just really impressed by just the collective whole, everybody coming together. Had some really powerful moments, and then whenever we task this community to show up and show up big, they never disappoint.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we were able to surpass our fundraising goal to specifically support our school pantry purchase program.
It's wonderful. Okay, so we're seeing some video of the event. TV6 went to it. We covered the event that evening. We were able to share this video with all of you here today. More than 500 people in attendance. I can honestly say, so I got a chance to MC this event.
Yeah.
I've never looked out at a crowd, I don't think, of that many people in my entire life. So that really felt amazing to see everybody come together. Michelle, talk a little bit more about why this event was created. I believe you mentioned this was the 5th year of the event.
Yes.
Just the overall goal of it, and really specifically targeting women here in the Quad Cities for this.
Yes, so again, this was designed to help support our school pantry purchase program. So everyone's kind of aware of cuts that continue to happen and the demand that continues to increase. And so what we have really found is that our school pantries need support. We have 74 school pantries. 74 that serve 2,200 kids every single month. And this provides them healthy, nutritious meals, not just for the individual student, but for the whole family as well. So that's really kind of the goal is to find something sustainable that is going to provide that nutrition for the whole family. And so this money directly goes to support food that we purchase. Again, there's a lot of great things we can do when we have to purchase the food. We can look at the nutritional content. We can look at things like saturated fat and sodium and sugar, and really purchase items that are going to not just provide full bellies, but also that nutrition that they need. So this really helps support. All of that money goes to buy food directly for these 74 school pantries to access. And then, you talk about the power of women and the collective whole of all of these women when you're talking about kids and the need that we have in the community. And we have men too. We have men that join us. So we appreciate the allies that come and join forces with us. But just incredibly impressive. I think at the event, Kathy Barker had said, let's stand up and kind of represent what this food insecurity looks like in our community. And so it's, 1 in 8 people, 1 in 6 children. So she had like a physical representation of people who were there standing up at the tables. And for me, that was a super powerful moment. Like you just see the sea
of
and
people
realize,
that are standing and realize how many kids that you may see walk past your home every day or play with your own children after school. and realize how many of them may also be food insecure and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
Right.
And that can mean a whole lot of things, which is what we learned at the event. We had different stakeholders in the community record videos of what this meant to them growing up. And there were a couple of people who said, well, I came from a family of 5 people. We eat fast food almost every single day. You know why? Because it's cheap.
Cheap, yeah.
And so this food pantry program really attacks that with nutritional value and buying those items that are going to be more whole for families, which at the end of the day is amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, we're talking food insecurity. I mean, these are local statistics that you were mentioning of people right in our community, kids in our community who could really benefit from the food bank.
Yeah, Riverbend serves 23 counties, 5 in eastern Iowa, 18 in western Illinois, and in that service area there's over 126,000 people that are food insecure. So it's definitely something that's in our own neighborhood. I'm so glad you brought up the sponsor video, because that was another one of my favorite parts of the whole night. And our marketing director had just a really awesome story that was about like connecting like your childhood memories with food.
Sure.
And how many people had such wonderful warm memories, and then people who didn't have those warm memories. And I think too that all just kind of tied it together for the school pantries, and just I don't know, making that connection that we want children to have these warm memories when they are, you know, thinking of food in their childhood.
Yeah. Well, I know you've been talking all about the school pantry purchase program already, but I just want to reiterate 74 different locations for these and more than 2,000 students who are impacted by this. And on top of that, they're family members. So they're going to be taking food home that not only ensures that they have full bellies, but also sister, mom, dad, whoever in that family, which is huge. Talk a little bit about how we as a community can continue with this effort. Women Fighting Hunger will be back next year. I can only imagine for a 6th year.
Shoot for another record.
We can be doing things 365 days out of the year. So how can we help?
Yeah, thank you. And get your tickets early for next year, because we actually sold out the event this year, which was really cool. But yes, the money that we raised, we did hit our goal. That's completely amazing. But that really stocks our pantries for like a year through the school year. Every year kids go to school, every year they're hungry. And so people who are willing to get online, we make it very easy to donate. Always appreciate those donations. If you would like to designate it to the school pantry purchase program, you're able to do that. But no, we just appreciate people recognizing, you know, especially as things continue to change and the impact of whatever changes may be happening are more unknown. People kind of rallying behind and helping support Riverbend is really appreciated. So online's a great place to do that.
Well, and there it is. If you want to learn more about how to get involved, or you want to just make a donation, visit riverbendfoodbank.org. Michelle, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks,
we
Michelle.
appreciate you being
Thank
here.
you guys.
and recapping the
I
event.
appreciate you taking the time to have me on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a pleasure.
Yeah, let's shoot for that record again next year. All right. Well, next on Quad Cities Live, QC Restaurant Week is underway, and Johnny's Italian Steakhouse will feature a dish only available for a few more days as the week continues. We'll try it out next in the QCL kitchen.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
There are still several days to take advantage of QC Restaurant Week with featured menu items, discounts, and promotions at several different establishments in Quad Cities.
Dozens of local establishments are taking part in this initiative, including Johnny's Italian Steakhouse. Joining us now from Johnny's is Chef Kevin Hartz. Chef, welcome back.
Thank you, thank you.
Thanks for being here today.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so Johnny's is participating in QC Restaurant Week, which is great news for all of us who are visiting restaurants, because Johnny's is like such a popular, sought-after place.
It
So
is.
talk a little bit about what you guys have going on just for this week.
So for lunch, we're doing a $14 per person with either
That's
the
good
chicken
deal.
de burgo,
That's good.
the 4-cheese ravioli, or the Johnny's Italian wrap, that one's really popular. It's like a chicken Caesar wrap. That one's really good.
That one's called the Johnny.
Yep, the Johnny.
Okay, and today you're actually making something for us that is on that lunch menu.
Yes.
And newsflash, you cannot get this
Oh,
on
only
the
a few
menu
more days.
anymore. So it's like a feature specifically just for Restaurant Week. So you're making the ravioli.
Yes, so I'm gonna add some wine just to give it some,
Ooh,
I'm already in.
yeah.
give it some liquid, and some pesto.
My favorite.
Let's do
Yeah.
So this used to be a permanent item on the menu, and then
Yeah.
you guys took it away?
This was on the lunch menu.
The lunch menu,
Yep.
okay.
And then you just basically add the raviolis.
And those are cheese Just
Yep.
cheese, right?
4 cheese raviolis. Yep. You basically just cook that, let that reduce a little bit. Get the pesto in there all nice. And then basically what we're going to do is just take the marinara.
Oh, I see.
Put it on the
And
plate.
plate it.
Just like that.
Make it look all pretty for us.
Yeah.
I love when Johnny's is on the
Yes. I mean, pasta, cheese, you can't go wrong.
Can't go
Yeah,
wrong.
you
Little
can't go
carb,
wrong with pasta and
little
cheese.
cheese, a little reduced wine.
Yeah, so this is on the lunch menu we mentioned, but you've also got a few items on the dinner menu for Restaurant Week as
Yes, yes, and that is 32 per person. It's a 3-course. You either get a house
well.
salad,
Courses, wow.
Caesar salad, a 9-ounce sirloin, cedar plank salmon, or a lasagna as a choice.
Okay.
And then for dessert, you get a tiramisu cup with Oreos, ladyfingers.
Yep.
Love tiramisu.
That
Yeah.
sounds wonderful.
It's pretty good.
Okay, so people definitely need to take advantage of that this week before time runs out.
Yeah.
And something else you should take advantage of, Easter brunch.
Yes.
So people can make reservations for that right now. And there's a special menu as well.
Yes, there's creme brulee French toast, de Burgo Benedict, which is our like chicken de Burgo sauce, but it's just with the steak. Benedict, your choice of eggs. Crab cake Benedicts, and then. Did I mention creme brulee French toast?
Yes, you
did.
did.
Yes, I
there's
did.
a breakfast bowl as well.
Yes.
I saw
Yes.
them. I was looking at the menu today. I'm like, this
Yep.
would be a great idea for Easter.
Yeah.
And steak and eggs
Yes.
as well. And for people that are like, oh, I don't know that I'm so much a breakfast person, they'll also be able to choose from the dinner menu.
Yes, and we'll also have prime rib available all day too as well.
Oh yeah,
so.
prime rib very popular around Easter, and Easter is a little more than a week away.
can't
It's creeping
believe
up
that.
fast. I know. I was looking at the date today. I'm like, oh, that is coming up. So you want to get your reservations in right now for that.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, so we're finishing up the 4 cheese ravioli, and I'm going to take a little bite of it here.
It's
if you
gonna
don't
be
mind.
hot, so-
It is going to be very hot. So I will. I'm going to take a smaller bite. I'm
Just
still
be-
trying to get these
TV bite.
TV bites. Yes.
Jake's been telling us about
Oh
TV
yes,
bites.
yes. We still have not learned after a year.
No, we have not. I do want to ask you a little bit too about you guys offer like banquets,
Yes.
catering services, things like that. The only reason why I ask is because we've got graduations that people are planning for, lots of summer parties. We've got Mother's Day coming up. So
Yep.
this is something that you can offer people?
Yes, yes, and then right across the street we also have the iWireless Center, or whatever you want to call it, Vibrant Arena.
Vibrant Arena. At the
Vibrant
Yeah.
Arena at the Mark.
I call
yes.
it the Mark.
Yes,
yeah,
People,
so,
people
Exactly,
call
yeah.
it, yeah, whatever they want.
Yeah, and-
X-Layer.
We have graduations
There's so
across
many
the street,
things.
so we're constantly busy for that too as well, and we get very, very busy for that. A lot
Yeah.
of parties, a lot of private parties. People want to come in and do a private menu.
Something to keep an open mind about.
Yes.
You brought a dessert with you here.
Yes.
So is this something that we can always find on the menu, or
Yes.
is this also limited?
This is our most popular dessert, and it's the turtle cheesecake.
This was Morgan's request last time.
Yes.
It was,
Kevin
wasn't
came
it?
through.
Oh my gosh, you did. You're right.
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Chef, thank you. Okay, well, I guess I'm trying this one. You put more stuff on it?
Yeah, just some more pecans
Oh
on there.
boy, okay.
Pecans, pecans, however you want to say it.
Yeah. Pecans. You from the south?
I mean, some people say it.
Oh, yeah, they do.
That's how Kevin said it, right? You said
Very
pecan?
cool. You can
Pecans.
also make
There you go.
reservations
Pecans.
as well
Yep.
online.
Online too, yeah, that's a new thing that's turning out to be pretty well.
Whoa.
So,
I'm
Is it
happy.
good?
I'm a
gonna have to
happy
take one.
camper.
Now, you all know how I feel about caramel, but you know what? I don't even care.
You don't like it?
Yeah, I figured it's more of a texture thing, but
That's
like
crazy.
the texture of caramel, too sticky, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
But
really
the
good.
cheesecake, I can go for any cheesecake, so.
Yeah, this is amazing. Oh my gosh, Chef, thank you so much. We
You're
can't
welcome.
wait to eat everything that you made for us
Look
here
at that
today.
crust.
And you know, of course, be sure that you head over to Johnny's for Restaurant Week. It's always great when we have like a more fine dining, restaurant that
Yeah.
you can really enjoy. And you know, these promotions and stuff, they're really great, and it's more inclusive for everybody to go and enjoy it.
Yeah, and it's all about the experience as well. A great
Yeah.
location in downtown Moline, 1300 River Drive. We've got the phone number on your screen, so you can call for a reservation, or you can do that online right now at johnnysitaliansteakhouse.com. That's where you can get a look at all the menu items that we
Yeah.
discussed today and all the dessert options as well.
I'm waiting to eat this.
Chef, thank you so much for joining us as always.
thank you. Thank you for having
so
me.
much.
Yes, thank
Yeah, still to come on Quad Cities Live, how to save money on clothing. We'll get some expert advice in our financial moment with Heidi next. It is time now for our financial moment with Heidi, and today is the second part of our series on saving money on clothing. Heidi Hueskamp-Collins is our financial contributor, as you can see, is joining us here in the studio today. Heidi, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. So this is going to be part 2. In part 1, you talked first about recognizing the clothing problem that we have, which I thought was really the most important thing is before you can tackle the issue, you have to recognize the issue. So a couple of the things that you mentioned, one item in, one item out. So
yes.
If you are shopping, making sure that you've got something in that closet that you're ready to part ways with. Avoiding activities that include shopping is another good one. So if you've got a weekend ahead of you, try and avoid the mall potentially and find some other things to do.
There's
Get
lots of fun
outside.
activities, yeah.
Absolutely. And then wait a week before you actually purchase something. So that one I thought was really good. I was doing this last night. I was just like on the internet. I was online shopping. You know, you just add things to your cart. And didn't purchase anything, but it's like, wow, I'd really love to have this, but I'm gonna sit on it for a while and see if I really need it or if I just like it. So that was all week 1, so you can find that on our website if you want to learn more. In the second part of our series, we start by investing in classics.
Yes. So it's really fun to buy clothes that are faddish, you know, something that's the latest style. But really and truly, does it make sense? You know, think about those classic pieces that you can invest in that might be a little bit higher quality, but they're going to last for years. Like, you know, a pair of, you know, khaki pants, some chinos, you know, that you can wear with everything. You know, or a navy blazer, or a really flattering dress that you can wear for any occasion.
Right.
You know, or, you know, even, you know, a luxe something like a cashmere sweater maybe that you get on sale that you can wear for 15 years.
Well, I like that idea too, and that's something that you come across, like even doing what I do is, you know, it's kind of hard to switch it up, but if you have those core pieces that you invest in that are nicer, so let's say you've got the black pants or the really nice dress or something like that, you can mix up the look just by having some different blazers and doing like different colors or different jewelry.
Or you can do the accessories that are more in style at the time, you know, and spend, you know, a lesser amount maybe on accessories every season, but have those core pieces to anchor your wardrobe.
Yeah, okay, so that's good. So investing in classics rather than that fast fashion where you're just clicking a button and it's in a $10, $11, $25 shirt or dress and you're getting stuff shipped to your home all the time. I mean, your closets are bursting with stuff that you wore one time. Up next, do the math, okay?
Yes.
So a return on investment.
Yeah, we're going to have a couple math problems we're going to go over, but first it's the return on investment.
Okay.
So we want to get the most value, you want your return on investment to be the lowest, which sounds counterintuitive, but stick with me. So let's pretend that you go to your favorite, well, you're online shopping.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say that you found a really cute pair of comfortable shoes that go with everything, you know, and real basic, you know, and you figure to yourself, okay, how many wears can I get out of these shoes?
Yes.
And you look at them and you look at your closet and you say, I could wear these twice a week for a year.
Right.
Okay, so 52 weeks in a year times 2 is 104.
Right.
Let's pretend that those shoes, they're going to be nice shoes. They're an investment. They're $100.
Okay.
So $100 divided by 104,
Oh, wow.
the number of wears, is 96 cents a wear.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's pretend you kind of think about putting those in your cart, but then you, oh my gosh, Morgan, you find these shoes that are to die for.
Right.
Gorgeous heels, and you know, just drop dead gorgeous, and you just fall in love with them.
Right.
They take your breath away.
This does sound like me. Okay.
They're expensive, but you know, and they're going to kill your feet.
Right.
But beauty is pain, right?
It
You
is.
know, but they're $150, so they're a little bit pricier. And you look at your closet and you figure, well, I could wear these twice a month.
Yeah.
So 12 months in a year times 2 is 24. So these are going to cost $150. $150 divided by 24 is $6.25 every time you wear those.
I'm impressed by that fast math also, Heidi, by the way. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so you have to think about that. Now, I'm not telling you never splurge on those, you know, gorgeous shoes.
Right.
But if you really think about it and do the math, it's going to make you stop a minute and think to yourself, what really makes sense here?
No, truly. Yeah, no, I think that's fabulous. And now I'm a little impressed with myself because now when I do go buy shoes, I buy like the color that I know I'm gonna wear. So like the shoes that I have on today, I know I can wear because they go with anything.
Right.
You know, so your return on investment. I love that. Okay, and the last piece, figure out how many hours of work it takes to make this purchase. So that's our last math problem.
Right. So let's pretend that, okay, first, you have to figure out what your hourly rate is for your wages. If you don't work an hourly wage job, you're going to have to convert your salary to an hourly wage.
Sure.
The way you do that, you know, get your handy calculator, it's on your phone, it's an app, you know, and so whatever your salary is, divide that by 2,080, 2080.
Okay.
And then you'll come up with a number. That is your hourly rate of pay, okay? So now let's pretend that, again, you're shopping online and you see a really cute dress and it's $60. And let's just pretend that your hourly rate of pay is $20.
Okay.
So you make $20 an hour. You find a really cute dress at $60. So do the math. $60 divided by $20 is going to be equal to, you know, 3
hours of work.
3 hours of work.
Okay.
So you think to yourself, okay, I don't know about you, but I work really hard for my money. So if, you know, 3 hours of work, I might be able to say, okay, that makes sense to me. But, you know, if you come up with a crazy amount like, I'm going to have to work for 10 hours, you know,
Right.
to make this purchase, that's going to, you know, I've said
That's
no
a
to
good-
things
yes.
because it felt too expensive.
That's a really good perspective. Wow, that's a good way of putting it. Heidi, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
that insight today. And if you want to learn more about the variety of services that Heidi offers, we encourage you to visit her website, hhcinvestments.net. You can also see all of our fun segments together by visiting us at kwqc.com and clicking the tab for Quad Cities Live. Heidi, thank you so much for being here today.
So good to see you.
Thank you. Still to come, what is hiding in your air vents? It could be costing you money, triggering allergies. Some of it is just plain gross. Learn more about solutions with QC Dry Masters coming up next. And Chef Steph is getting crafty in the QCL kitchen with creative, colorful Easter egg dyeing ideas. You won't want to miss these excellent techniques.
And as expected, a few showers and thunderstorms have popped up, mainly southwest of the Quad Cities. We'll take a closer look at where these are on radar, where they're headed, and how warm those temperatures get over the weekend, coming up in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
Accurate and reliable. This is your First Alert Forecast with meteorologist Kyle Keel.
Well, there's about a 20-degree spread in temperatures across the KWQC viewing area. We range from 45 degrees in Galena to about 66 in Macomb. So yes, where those clouds and the thick fog hung around a little later this morning into the early afternoon, that's where temperatures are remarkably colder. And you can see we've got plenty of cloud cover there in Dubuque on our Everywhere Camera Network. Kind of a variety of different views here across eastern Iowa and western Illinois. Of note is, yes, a little bit of rain on the camera there in Burlington. We take this one full screen. You can see those towering clouds there in the distance, the dark skies. Yes, we do have a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms around, and we can get a closer look at those on First Alert Live Doppler radar. South of Muscatine right now, you go south on 61 toward Wapello, getting in on some heavy rain, even a few strikes of lightning, about 5 strikes here in the last half hour or so. You go south on 61 toward Mediapolis, about to get in on heavy rain there. Danville heads up just east of Mount Pleasant. That's where we've got a cell that's moving off to the south and east with some locally heavy rainfall. We've got that rain falling in Burlington as well. So these are just your garden variety showers and thunderstorms. No severe weather, although down toward Quincy did have a couple of severe thunderstorms a little bit earlier this afternoon. And we're going to continue to see this disturbance track through the area here over the next few hours. And then by after sunset, we should start to see any shower or thunderstorm activity wane. We'll dip down to near 40 degrees here tonight, some hometowns in the upper 30s, and then we'll bounce right back to where we should be this time of year in the mid to upper 50s here heading into tomorrow. Exact Track doing a really good job picking out where the rain is here early this afternoon. This will continue to track off to the southeast here as we head into the evening. Otherwise, a mostly cloudy sky overnight should prevent any widespread fog from developing, but we do expect a little more sunshine heading into the afternoon hours. And then we're talking the warm up. We'll be close to 60 tomorrow, maybe a few degrees shy of that, but mid 60s to low 70s heading into the weekend. Cold front moves through on Monday. Might be tracking a couple isolated showers. Overall, it is dry, but it will knock us back down into the 50s here heading into Tuesday. But we're pretty quiet stretch of weather here for April standards here in eastern Iowa and western Illinois. Morgan.
Yeah, and Kyle, Darby has her first ever of her life soccer game on Sunday.
Oh yeah, great weather for that, and good luck, Darby. I know she's been enjoying it so far.
She is, yeah. So good soccer weather.
Yes,
Thank you.
love it.
Well, when it comes to our air quality at home, many of us don't give our vents a second thought. So today, we're shining a spotlight on a family-owned vent cleaning business that's been helping our community breathe a little easier, one duct at a time. QC Dry Masters is owned and operated by father-son duo Ike and Delaney Little. Welcome to the both of you to QCL.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for being here today. I'm super excited to talk with you. I already told you when I met you before the show, I have all my own questions. Yes, this is for you, the viewers, but this is also for me today.
Right.
So Ike, let's start with a little background on your business. Tell me how you got started.
Well, a friend of mine which owns his own HVAC company approached me about starting one, and we just worked through some numbers and got started, got trained, and here we are.
Yeah, you know, and that's something that I was talking with you about earlier. Those HVAC folks, they understand like the correlation between problems with people's air ducts and how everything else is supposed to work in your home. So you got started, and your son in father-son duo. So you got started. So how's business been going? I mean, are you liking it so far?
Yes, I like it. I like to make sure that people are staying healthy.
Yeah.
You know, that's part of my background.
Absolutely. So why is it so beneficial, Delaney, to get air duct cleaning done?
Well, if you just look in them, you can see why. But there's a lot of dust, dirt. It helps air quality, air efficiency, things like that. It can help your asthma, your sinuses, stuff like that.
Any types of allergies. We're looking at some before and after photos right here. So this is actually of the same space?
Same space.
The same space. Oh my gosh. Which one's the before? I'm just kidding. No, that is really, really incredible. So very beneficial. So Ike, who needs to really be listening up right now? Who needs to be really considering getting their air ducts cleaned? I mean, there are different homes, there are different, you know, types.
Any homeowner, landlords, someone that just purchased a new home.
Okay.
A lot of times when they do the drywall finishing, that goes inside the ducts. So
I never would have thought of that.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so what about if you have a very old home? And I'm asking for everybody, not just myself. If you have a very, very old home, or if you just moved into a a home that pre-existed, and you don't know when the last time that they were cleaned, if ever.
I would recommend getting it done, because you don't know what that person's lifestyle was.
Yeah.
If they had animals, if they had it done before. So a 100-year-old house without it being done will look way worse than that.
Way worse than what we just saw on the screen. Well, that is good to know, and that is a good point too. So is that, what do you come across? You brought this with you here today. So this is something that you pulled out of a vent or an air duct?
Yes, a return air.
A return air. What do we got here?
This is a lot of...
Is this a pet? No.
Right. It's a lot of dust, hair.
There's a tag to somebody's T-shirt in there.
That looked like that's a bird.
Oh my gosh.
Some
drywall.
Drywall. I see the drywall, and now that you mention it, I do see a bird. Wow. So this was actually in somebody's air duct that you guys pulled out. Delaney, you must come across all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah, all kind of crazy stuff. Mice. I've had to rescue cats out of vents.
What?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in these vents.
You've seen a lot of crazy stuff. I can only imagine what that would be like. And you know, for people who are watching right now that are kind of like on the fence, I think once you said we've taken mice out of people's vents. They're like, okay, I'm giving them a call. So how does vent cleaning, Ike, also help with the furnace and make sure that those things, like, you know, when we talked about HVAC, make sure all that's working properly?
Well, once we clear all of this out, then it makes your furnace more efficient. It helps with the efficiency and longevity of the equipment.
Okay.
So same way with your dryer.
Yeah.
Which we recommend doing at least once a year for someone single or a two-family. Sometimes maybe twice a year, depending on how often you use your dryer.
Your dryer stops working. It could just be an issue with that. And Delaney, roughly how long does it take? I mean, when you show up, what's the process for a customer to get started with this?
Well, we'll first start with a quote.
Okay.
And then from there, we can book a job pretty quickly from there. And then the day we go do the job, from start to finish, we'll it'll probably take about 3 hours. Okay. We'll go in there, get all the vents, you know, the covers taken off, get those washed, and then we'll go in there with the hoses and the brush and get each vent cleaned.
Wow.
And then after that, we'll spray our sanitizer in there.
Oh.
And then,
that's great.
After that, it should be about 3 hours.
Yeah, I think anybody with allergies or anything like that, I mean, this could really be a game changer.
Oh, yeah.
Before we let you go, Ike, what's the response been like from customers? I'm sure you got a lot of happy
customers.
A lot of happy families
they
out
love
there.
seeing the before and after pictures.
I know. I want to hire you right now just to see my before and after picture. I know it would be crazy. I wouldn't even share it on social media. Okay, well, if you want to learn more about air duct or dryer vent cleaning, or if you want to just book an appointment, you can do all of that online. Visit qcdrymasters.com. Ike and Delaney, congratulations on your business, and thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Coming up on Quad Cities Live, we are getting crafty. We'll explore fun ways you and the kids can dye Easter eggs. All of that coming up after the break.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Well, as we mentioned a little earlier in the show, Easter is a little over a week away, so now is the time to get colorful.
That's right. Today we are diving into the fun and festive world of Easter egg dyeing, from classic techniques to more creative options that the whole family can enjoy. Chef Stephanie Godke is joining us now for a little experiment. Welcome back, Chef Steph.
Yes, welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be here with you all.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, so this is outside of my comfort zone because everybody knows that I can cook.
Yes.
But crafts not so much. But we're going to talk about.
You're gonna try.
I don't believe you, honestly.
The perfect egg, though, is how we're going to start.
Okay.
The perfect egg.
Really simple.
I've never
Everybody's
got that.
like, hard-boiled eggs turn out green. They turn out cracked. They blow out the eggshell.
Yep.
Cold egg, cold water, high flame. You put the cold eggs in cold water on a high flame.
Okay.
You bring it to a gentle boil. When you hear them start dancing, take it off the heat.
Okay.
Because that's where you get your cracks.
Okay.
And you're actually forcing the inside of the egg to expand and crack the shell.
Okay.
So you want to slowly bring it, on a high heat, get it to a dancing boil, take it off there, cover it, leave it alone for 12 to 15 minutes, and then cool it down with some cool water, and you've got the perfect non-green egg yolk.
It's a science.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
kind of science.
Yes.
I'm going to try that because I've never
call
gotten
it
that
kitchen
nailed down.
science
Neither
anyway.
am I.
Okay, so at my house I have 24 people coming. Anything from babies to like 50-year-old kids.
Got the range.
Yeah, back in the day, 38 years ago, when they were in their 20s and mid-20s, I started putting tiny airline bottles in plastic eggs. And my neighbor lady said, how do you get those grown-up kids so excited about an Easter egg hunt?
Well,
she had no idea they were looking for alcohol and golf balls.
That'll do it, right?
Yeah, alcohol and golf balls. So the ugliest ties, which I happen to have a sample of here.
I have none. All my ties are not ugly. So
Really? Well, then don't cut yours
kidding.
apart.
I'm trying.
The meteorologist.
But I cut a tie apart. Cut a tie apart.
Okay.
You soak it in vinegar.
Okay.
You boil it in vinegar water, and then you leave it alone.
Okay.
So I just opened it.
Oh, I see the
So
design on it,
this
yeah.
hideous tie made a beautiful egg.
Oh my gosh.
I have
I've
never
even
heard of
this.
I've not heard of this technique either.
Well, it's worth it if you're going to keep the eggs. Like, you can't just go every year cutting up ties.
Sure.
You could.
So you could.
If you are a meteorologist.
And
well,
if you have enough ugly ties.
enough ties that have food on them.
Yeah.
Because you know what I did is
Which I have those too.
I opened up the tie. You take the lining out. You open up the tie. Make it just a big enough piece to wrap around the egg.
Yeah.
Then you're going to need a plain cotton dust cloth or dish towel
Okay.
on the outside to keep this color from going on the other eggs.
Oh,
Sure.
okay.
Little trick.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So this one is whipped cream.
Never heard of this one either.
I haven't either. This is amazing.
Well,
My eyes have-
the internet was saying use shaving cream, and I'm thinking the color goes into the egg, so much the chemicals will go into the egg.
you don't want a shaving cream.
Yeah, I want a whipped cream. Okay, so this you use your whipping cream, you use your some sort of vessel,
Okay.
A
and
martini
you're
glass,
gonna
naturally.
Yeah, there you go.
and you.
Or margarita
And
glass.
then afterwards, you can eat this. You can put a scoop of ice cream in there, but then you put a couple of drops of gel, not liquid, gel
Okay.
food coloring.
Okay.
And then you're going to put like different colors, and I'm just going to kind of dazzle you here with my dropping. Then you just put an egg in there.
Okay.
And you mess it around, not too much, because you don't want it to be like one turning into one color.
Yeah.
So then you leave it in there
Oh, I
for a
see,
few
okay.
minutes, and then you pull it out, and you catch it. I'm going to do it with a spoon. That'd be better. You catch it with and then you wipe it off with a paper towel, and you've got like a marble egg.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So it's got like different colors, different. It's going to look like the spoon, kind of marbly.
That's pretty.
All right.
That's a fun one.
It comes in a kit. You can buy the kit, but why would you buy the kit when you can buy a can of this and use it later for dessert?
Yeah, there you go.
And then you don't have to like mess with shaving cream.
True.
Okay. This is a hard. If depending on your tolerance for mess, if you've got tiny
Mine's very
children, this is foil, and you just basically give them an egg, and even the plastic eggs. These are those like $1.50
Right.
a
Yeah,
dozen.
affordable.
And you give them a plastic egg, and you give them a piece of this decorative foil, and they just wrap the egg in foil, and it's pretty.
And who doesn't like to play with foil?
Right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to say hard pass on the internet. Is saying use onion shells, onion skins. Well, this
I don't know if
egg
I'm sold
looks.
on this either.
The egg looks like it's been bruised, actually, like it's.
It definitely looks like there's something wrong
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah,
Maybe if you're
it's-
like going for some sort of
I'm going
rustic.
to pass on that.
decor.
But here's one that kind of really did work. You put rice in a bag, a few
Okay.
drops of gel food coloring, put an egg in there, shake it up. It gives you a spotty egg.
Oh, like a speckled egg.
A
That's
speckled egg,
pretty.
yeah.
I like that one.
Okay, a hard pass on natural foods.
Okay.
Um,
Hard pass on natural.
This is spinach.
Oh.
That's kind of
Can't
ugly.
even tell, yeah.
It looks like a dinosaur egg or something.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, that would work
Not
for
cool.
some families, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Then the beets turned out like not what I thought. They turned out kind of brown.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Not
would
good.
expect a more deeper purple or
Yeah. Blueberries turned out a little bit better than I thought they would.
Kind of
something. It's
pretty.
marbly.
Yeah. There's another purple cabbage.
Oh,
Turned blue. I was hoping for purple, but it
that's a very
turned blue.
pretty blue.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have, I am a definite zero tolerance on glitter in my house.
Yeah, no.
But they're
That's
selling.
some surprise.
Stay away.
Yeah.
I found glitter after my niece took her darling baby home with a little glitter on her. A year later, there was still glitter in the grout and the ceramic tile. So yeah, no glitter.
Get down there and scrub.
Now this is one that is for your older kids. You take an egg, either the plastic or the real, and you take a paintbrush and Mod Podge.
Oh.
And you
Okay.
do this, and then you go to
With flower
like
petals?
Wallace's or Rambling
Yeah.
Rose, some flower shop or something, buy some flowers, rip the petals off, and then you use the Mod Podge and you just
That is-
decoupage it onto
Oh,
it.
I want to do that.
Creative, something different.
It's very fun, very relaxing actually. I found that quite relaxing. And it turns out like a mosaic.
Yes, I like that.
That
Yeah,
one
they're
turned out.
beautiful.
That's fun
Can you
and
see?
different. Yeah, that's very cool.
And not messy.
And we are running out of time, and you made some Easter-themed cocktails, and I
I
want to make
did.
sure that.
Okay, so
that we
I work
talk
at
about
Mississippi
them.
River Distillery. So we
course.
have.
Gotta plug them.
We do. This is the blueberry lemonade with our blueberry
That
liqueur.
has your.
which is-
No,
well, it has both our names
it-
written all
okay,
over it.
so
but
that's
it's
this
for
one.
There's one with the peep
Kyle.
on it, too. Yeah.
And I decorate
All
with
right.
Peeps, absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other one is our blackberry tea.
Blackberry
Ooh,
tea.
that sounds
Okay,
good,
so
too.
look what else I did.
Okay,
I
well,
decided
we've
I
tried
would
these.
infuse vodka with Peeps.
Oh God.
And there's a way to try those peeps. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's
I feel
the
like
only
you
way I
either-
would eat a peep.
You
Well-
either love them or hate them. There's no in
I'm just
between.
kidding.
It's the texture with you, probably,
The
right?
texture, too much sugar. I'm weird with sugar too.
But smell.
Ooh. They'll smell boozy, huh?
Yeah. So there you go. You can
Vodka infused peeps.
Yeah.
The
You've
blueberry
got all the
lemonade is
good
delicious.
ideas.
I
This
do,
is
don't
also
I?
really, really good.
Yes.
Blackberry tea, Mississippi River
refreshing.
Distilling. Chef Steph, thank you so much.
great.
It's been
Thank
so
you.
fun. Thank
You're
you.
always a lot of fun. All right, coming up on QCL, it is Throwback Thursday, and what goes around often comes back again. We'll explain this one after the break. It is time now for our newer segment, Throwback Thursday. So, Kyle, what is your throwback? When's it from?
Well, it's from 2012, and what I did, it was last minute today.
2012.
I'm like, I'm just going to go to my Facebook memories and
Deep
pick
cut.
out, you know, a lot of stuff you posted in like 2009 and stuff.
I don't like to look.
I'm embarrassed by it, but this one I'm not as embarrassed by.
Yeah.
You can tell the quality of cell phone pictures, but this was my school's newspaper. In tiny little print there, you can see my name as NIU meteorology major. So this was back when I started providing the forecast for the newspaper. They were looking for meteorology students to do that. And so that's when I started dabbling in a little forecasting before I got out into the real world.
Cool.
So yeah, it was really cool. I did not save the paper. I don't know if I did or not, but I don't have any memory
Well,
of it.
we
but
lose stuff along the way.
we do, but we have a 2012 quality picture of it.
Yeah.
on my cell phone.
It reminds me of being in college and when I got to like write my first like big article for
It's a big deal.
the Iowa, like the magazine.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And then your name is printed.
Yeah.
My mom like sent it to my grandparents.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's
It's a
like
big
it's
deal.
it's a big deal.
Yeah.
It very much is. My throwback actually is possibly this exact day.
Oh.
Last year, my friends and I like to take our daughters to the ballet. So
Yeah.
QC Ballet, a friend of ours is a former ballerina and she's on the board with Ballet Quad Cities.
Oh, yeah.
And we like to support this amazing, thing that we have here in the Quad Cities. So we went last year to see the ballet. So there's Darby and I in the audience. She had to get on the stage when it was
Of course
all
she
over.
did,
Of course
yeah.
she did. And we got our tickets for this weekend.
Oh,
so
yeah, okay.
we had them on the show recently,
Yeah.
previewing the Firebird, which is what they're going to be doing this weekend. And so we got our tickets, and all the little girls and the moms, we are going to be headed back to the ballet this weekend, and it's starting to become quite a little tradition.
There you go.
And she's starting to pay more attention. So
She is.
Yeah, she
All
is.
right, sounds
so
like a
that's
win of
our
the weekend.
Throwback Thursday. Yes. Thank you so much for watching.
News at 4 with Sharon coming up next. Have a great evening, everyone.